This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 8550 Casaba Avenue, Winnetka, California, 91306. Today is December 28th, 2021. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 2-inch ABS cleanout located at the rear of the house, just outside the kitchen window. This is our 2-inch ABS waste line cleanout. This is our kitchen window here. This runs out towards the rear of our property here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and zero out our camera here, and we're just going to attempt to push out and possibly push all the way out and reach our city sewer tie-in. So it does appear to be black ABS waste line. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And make appear to be a couple tie-ins there, and we're just going to continue to push out. And as you can see in this area here, it does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be cast iron waste line. You can see here, and just in that joint there, you can see that we do have a little bit of the neoprene band is rolled in the joint there, a little bit sticking out in that joint, in that transition between black ABS wasteline and cast iron wasteline. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, it does appear to be a T in this area. So again, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to run a little bit of water. Okay, we went ahead and pulled back, and what we're going to do is we're going to relocate ourselves at the front of the house on the roof, and we're going to attempt to go through a 3-inch vent pipe on the roof and possibly push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. We did run through what appeared to be a 3-inch black ABS waste line, and then we made a transition to cast iron waste line at the front of the house. On the front left-hand corner of the house, there is a bathroom next to the laundry room, and we ran some water in that area, so we did run up to that point, but we were unable to make the turn there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull back. We pulled back from here. We're going to relocate ourselves to the roof. So we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to the front of the house on the roof to a 3-inch vent that's just above the front bathroom. And again, this is our vent here, and this is our front of our house. There you go. And we're just going to go ahead and get at the top of our vent, and we're going to zero out here. And we're just going to drop down and begin our video. So again, we're going to drop down our vent. And get down to the bottom. See if we can make this turn. We should sweep down into our waistline. And It does appear that we are in our cast iron waistline. As you can see here, this is our cast iron waistline. You can see the amount of buildup and scaling throughout the waistline here. We're going to pause here for a moment. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, we're just going to continue to push out to possibly reach our city sewer tie-in. Then we're going to just continue to push out. As you can see, that the cast iron waistline is pretty much clogged in that area. The diameter of the pipe is very small. And again, we are transitioning back into what appears to be vitreous clay. And again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we'll push out and attempt to reach our city sewer tie-in. And then from there, we can pull back and take a good look at our vitreous clay and our cast iron waistline. There's our test tee. And again, we just continue to push out. Again, continue to push out. Okay, we do have some water starting to flow now. So I think what's going on, the water took quite a while just due to the fact that the overall buildup in the cast iron waistline did appear to be restricting the flow. So again, we're going to attempt to push up and over this offset here, or this slag overpour in the joint right at the saddle. So we're going to pause our mic here. Okay, we went ahead and we were able to push into our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, I went ahead and located this area, and we are in the middle of the street, parallel with our manhole cover. So we did mark this area with a red crayon at 7 foot 8 inches deep. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Pull back slowly here. We'll make a little bit of a turn. Got a little bit of an offset in our saddle there. We do have a little bit of slag overpour in that joint as well. And again, you can see that we do have an offset in that joint there from about the 12 o'clock going all the way around to about the 6 o'clock area. And again, this is just in the middle of the street, right at our parallel with our manhole cover. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And again, a little bit of an offset in that joint there, but nothing major. And again, a little bit of offset in that joint as well, but again, nothing major. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Go slowly. A little bit of offset in that joint there, but again, nothing major. So we continue to pull back. And a little bit of slag overpour in that joint there. And as we pull back, pause there, pull back, it does appear that we do have a little bit of a, hold there, Nathan. Okay, as we pull back in this area here, it does appear that we do have a little bit of shift in the pipe here. As you can see, we do have a fairly, pull back slowly, a little bit of a offset here. We continue to pull back. And as you can see, we do have a fairly large offset in that joint there from about the 3 o'clock going around to about the 9 o'clock area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is just to the left of the driveway in the front yard next to the sidewalk. We did mark it with an orange flag at 5 foot 6 inches deep, and as you can see, we do have a fairly large offset in this joint. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as you can see here, we do have a break. So again, that break there, push back out. A little more. Right there. So you can see this break just in front of the test tee, which is basically where I marked it at 5 foot 6 inches deep. And again, you can see that you do have a break in this area. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we do have an orange flag there marked in the area at 5 foot 5 inches deep. And it's basically 6 inches just behind our flag. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, it does appear that we do have another break in this joint as well. So we're going to push back in a little bit. Push back out a little bit. A little more. We're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area again on the left-hand side of the driveway in the front yard with an orange flag at 5 foot 3 inches deep. And again, as you can see, we do have a break in this area. The break's going from about the 9 o'clock all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, another break in this area as well, as far as a large offset. So again, we're just going to push in just a little bit. Push in just a little bit. Right there. I'm going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and again, it is on the left-hand side of the driveway in the front yard. And again, we do have another break in this area. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back. And then as we pull back into this joint here, push back in, push back in, a little bit more. As you can see, we do have a break in this area, in this joint as well. And again, this is pulling back towards the house. So again, what we'll do is we'll just continue to pull back. Continue to pull back, and what we'll do is we'll try to locate an area close to the front of the house. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. Towards the front of the house to where we possibly could put a mainline sewer clean out. We'll make a little bit of turn. And as you can see, push back out. A little more. Pause right there. As you can see in this area here, you can see that we do have a full break here. And this is our transition from cast iron waistline to what appears to be vitreous clay sewer pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, again, I went ahead and marked this area to the left-hand side of the driveway in the front yard with an orange flag at 3 foot 3 inches deep. And again, this is our cast iron sewer pipe to vitreous clay transition. And as you can see in the vitreous clay, we do have a fairly large break there. So again, we did mark that area with an orange flag at 3 foot 3 inches deep. So again, we're going to pull back slowly. What we're going to do is we're just going to attempt, pause right there. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. What we're going to do is we're going to pull back approximately 20 feet and attempt to get ourselves closer to the front of the house. And once we get towards the front of the house, we can possibly locate another area for where a mainline sewer clean out can be installed. And as you can see that this cast iron waistline is pretty much 3/4 of it's been restricted. As we pull back, we're going to pull back just a little bit more, and we'll pause here for a moment, and we're going to locate this area. Okay, again, we went ahead and pulled back as close as we could to the front porch area, and we did mark an area there with the red crayon at 2 foot 2 inches deep. This area here would be a good location to install possibly a mainline sewer cleanout. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as we pull back, you can see that the cast iron waistline does have some buildup and scaling throughout. So again, we're just going to pull back slowly. And again, we make a little bit of a turn, and we're going to come up our vent pipe, and we're going to continue to pull back and come up and out of our vent pipe, and that will conclude our video waste and sewer line inspection. Go ahead. Keep going. Okay, just throw it out that way. So again, we're just going to continue to pull this back.